Oh, ho, ho, ho. Welcome back to another special edition, early edition of the Hockey Nation live show. This is your host, Coach Frenchy, directly from the booth of the Winnipeg Jets center ring. Today we are in Winnipeg. Why you are there, Coach? Because tonight the Winnipeg Jets play against the Edmonton Oilers. And I thought it was a great, appropriate to be in Winnipeg whatsoever the game is Edmonton, understand? So I'm in Canada this morning, just kidding. Where our co-host, Michael, is not here yet. If possible, he will come a little bit later during the day. If not, I can handling everything here. Hopefully you guys have a great already Wednesday morning, ready to rock and roll, talking about hockey, talking about your team, talking about the 3 game last night happening in NHL, and of course talking about 4 game tonight. For the first time, day number 4 of the NHL Playoff 2021. We're going to have 4 games on the program. We start at 6:30. We're going to be live tonight at 6:30. We're going to do the game between the Pittsburgh and the Washington. Not Pittsburgh, but Washington and Boston Bruins. We'll be also watching the game Carolina, Nashville. We're going to watch also a live stream the Edmonton and the Oilers, again, the Winnipeg Jets, and finally, Colorado play against the St. Louis Blues, I think at 10:30. So a long, great, amazing, great night for the fans of hockey in NHL. So Jarmo Vertanen in the house tonight this morning. Welcome aboard, Jarmo. Michael Rosenblatt, again, he was the first one show up this morning. Another great welcome, you guys. Always an honor and a pleasure to having you. We're going to put this right away here. Let's starting maybe here and see with this work. Here we go. I thought we have a guest on today. My guest is not, he's on the meeting with the IIHF World Championship. We'll see where he can show up. He got a meeting at the last minute. And unfortunately, we tried to bring him maybe a little bit later. If not, maybe tomorrow. Before the World Championship start in the next 2 days. So, James Salmon, welcome aboard. We missed you last night. A great live stream yesterday at the Hockey Nation live show. 16 people showing up. We have a new subscriber. We have a guy from Australia. Of course, Yamo from Finland. Steph from Sweden. And of course, all the guys like Tim, Michael, Sly, and the French connection, we have Nat, Xavier, Frank showing up, and many other people. Guys, this channel is growing, and this because each one of you. So can't wait to see that. I know that I was dead tired last night, missing the third period on Florida game and so on. Yeah, Mo. It was a good period. I think overall they got a goal in empty net, but Panthers try hard and to tie the game, but unfortunately could not do anything after that. I watched Vegas game, light look, very even game, pretty good, 0-0 first period. Then you got a goal back-to-back, 1-1, and then finally Vegas find a way to win that game 3-1 again. Another great performance of Marc-Andre Fleury. You have to be proud of him. 15 years in the playoff NHL. So, it was terrible at some point, and I will show to you because I think you have some stats talk really, really well, and some stats does not talk very, very well. I love you guys, each one of you, and Yarmo and Michael, and you can see Michael right now. He's a really a great example of what Montreal is with their fans with Montreal Canadiens. So when a player struggle, make mistake, everything like that, we just want to jump on him all the time. We point him for everything, and whatever he's not make the big mistake, it's again because Yandel was there, everything like that. Montreal got Patrice Brisebois. It was all about Patrice Brisebois. You know what I mean? Like a long time ago, Doug Wiggenheiser, and they always find a one is really the hammer. They hammer him all the time. And I think right now, one struggle since the second half of the season is really Keith Yandel. Like any other one, I agree with Michael. He struggled for sure. But again, I don't know if it's the right one. Let me check about this one. Here we go. So I really use this stat after the game, and I'm getting there. So I want to check about that part over there. You're not going to see the stat with the number. I wish you can see the stat, what I got. It's because of this, I took a picture of that one. But if you go on the website, you can see those stats. So what is this, Coach? So this on the right side is a 0.5, 1.0, 1.5 of the chain, or what he bring to the team on the different situation. So what is this? So the defense side. So he did pretty good. Look, his offensive side. He bring more on the offensive side. And this is, an individual play by himself versus the rest of the team. And this is miscellaneous. Could be different options, everything like that. So what is happening there? So you can see the minus on that one, minus 0.5, 1.0, 1.5. Like Owen Tippett yesterday have a difficult game right there on the defensive side. Look about that. Then he can, Nutsivara, he struggled right there. So, Coach, where's Yandel about that one? Yandel is right here. So, Yandel, yesterday, now you go tell me, Coach, yeah, but look, his defensive is it's not too bad. It's 0.3, but Yandel is like on offensive side is 0.4. So, you go tell me he have a good game, Coach. I'll be honest with you. What kind of player is Keith Yandel? He's an offensive player. So you cannot focus on his defensive side. You have to focus on defensive side. On the offensive side, he struggled yesterday to bring what he's supposed to do that team over there. So a couple of things like that I want to share with you what happening with different players. We're going to talk more about this, but I think those graphic I look about the game give us an idea what the game go around about that. I don't know how he is not minus 77. He gave so many chance and goal. I think for me, Michael, is more about his turnover, right? His giveaway. So if I go to, it's okay I share my screen to you guys. I will show you a stat about him yesterday. Let's jump in here. And I was not ready to jump there. I was ready to give you some information about this fun game and what happening this morning. We have a breaking news happening earlier, a couple of minutes ago. Toronto signed a new players, but let's jump in on that one over there. And, it's good to see the score. They lost 3-1, but I want to see that one over there. Gave away puck 20 versus 19. That's a lot of giveaway puck. I'm always questionable about the people that does the stats over there. Let's check Yandel. Remember, yesterday, CANVA played with 7 defensemen, right? What I'm a little bit concerned about, why could us play only 11 minutes during that game, that series so far? Yandel played 13 minutes. He played on power play 4 minutes. So he has something. He have 3 giveaway puck yesterday, right? And he took the puck 1 time. But look at what Wegar struggled for me. In my book, Wegar did not play. I understand what he bring on the defense side, but he gave away a lot of puck, and he take away 3 pucks. So it's pretty even. But again, he gave gave away puck over there, right? So that's that right now. He tell me he played only 13 minutes. He really focused on first link right now and Wegar. That's what. And Monto have 18 minutes right there. But I think you can see he's not play with 4 regular players. That's what is missing a lot. Yesterday for me is missing a lot. Ekblad, to be honest with you. So I just want to share with that part over there. A couple of things. I don't like Strandman and Yandel on the ice together. I don't know what Strandman does this. I don't know what he bring on the team to make that team better. What I see bad for Friday was some very bad turnover, bad passing. Great point, Yarmo there. And again, 2-0 Tampa Bay. What I like is how Panthers don't give up, push hard. Vasilevsky have a good game yesterday. He made that thing stay in the game. He saved a couple of times. I love the offensive of Panthers are not far to behind the Tampa Bay. It's a couple of mistakes, couple of percentage they don't get. You know what I mean? At a one back door, they should put the puck out. For me, Huberdeau don't have a good game yesterday. For me, Jonathan Huberdeau don't have to play to play a great game compared to the first game. And that's show, again, you can see Huberdeau right here. Right here. Look, he has 0 on the offensive side. Look about that. He's all on the negative side yesterday, Huberdeau. On the bottom here, right? On the bottom here, Duclair and Huberdeau. But Huberdeau is supposed. Look, Wenberg. Not great yesterday. So that's show exactly what happened to them. Look, Barkov. Amazing, great game yesterday. Varehi, great game yesterday. So it's something you have to be careful about that. You have to be pay attention, those stats, everything like that. You check a little bit more, look about. Let me go play. I don't know exactly the minute. I can tell you I'm not going to changing the page, but let me check for you. He did not play. I apologize. He did not play because they play as 7 defensemen. So he did not bring. He did not play 4 center. He played at 3 center. Barkov 26 minutes yesterday. 26 minutes Barkov. Wenberg 21 minutes. At Cherry 13 minutes. He played Lumber only 8 minutes yesterday. Barkov 26. Huberdeau 18. Wenberg and Barkov had the most minutes as a forward yesterday. But because Wenberg have to play 3 minutes 28 on PK. So they play at 3 center, with 7 defensemen. And Kudus and Stralman play 11 minutes each. I don't know why he did not use a lot more Kudus during that game again. You know what I mean? He knows more what he's doing. Before we jump left and right, what do you think about what he should do? Do you believe Chris Drager will be back between the pipes? Or do you believe they will bring back Sergei Bobrovsky? What do you think about his performance yesterday at Chris Drager? So I know we have a few people from, fans from the Florida Panthers. So I want to bring there. I know we have 7 people so far. Please, if you join us, don't forget to like the video, the live stream we do right now. That's the way to promote and get better. That would be great if you don't mind. It take only 5 seconds. Boom, click on the live stream. That would be helping a lot. So that's what's happening. I agree with you. Overall, I think, Tampa attacked very good at the beginning, the first period. I think, he was nervous with all that. I think they deserve that. I think the first to go, there was a bad play for the defenseman. But overall, I think he did a solid game overall. Just curious about, do you back with Sergei or you go? Because the next game, it's you cannot lose this game. If you want the Panthers to stay and to have a longer series, they have to win the next game. They cannot go back 3-0. You can handle that. That's a big, and any best of 7, game 1, game 3, game 5, and of course game 7 are the most important game in the series. So it will be very, very, really, really interesting about that one over there, about that, who is going to be back. We know yesterday Stan Goals scored a goal for them. Great goal. Take advantage of that. Mason Marchman scored the only goal for the Florida Panthers yesterday. So, Yalmo, you think it's going to be Bob Sergei right there? Yeah, it's possible. Honestly, I don't know. You know what I mean? I know sometimes Tim is here. Tim is the update guy with Michael. They talk about that part. So it would be interesting to see that. If he's going to be there. So that's something we have to be, checking for sure. A couple of news before we jump a little bit, and I mentioned this last night during the live stream. First of all, the QM, one of the best players in the NHL, Guy Lafleur, was my idol, when he played for the Montreal Canadiens for about 13, 14 years. Amazing, great player. I was an opportunity as a really young players to see him play junior for the Quebec Rampart. If you remember, at that time, he was not drafted at 18 years old. He was drafted at 20 years old. But yesterday, the QM announced it would not, nobody in the QM now, they're going to wear the number 4. He's going to be removed from every team. So that's a new rules or something like that. Who is the another number in the Quebec Major Hockey Junior League is nobody can wear? Which number is, and also because of who, which player create a big impact in the QM and nobody can wear that number? Well, we have another one in Canada, but in QM, they have another number nobody can wear. If you have the insert a bit later, you can insert me. We have a sad news for the Montreal Canadiens yesterday. I'm a little bit older, like anybody else here, I'm sure. So I saw him play for the Montreal Canadiens many years. He was a defenseman number 6. He was not a number 4. He was a 6 guy. He was there for fight, a goon. Was there to someone bother the Montreal Canadiens star. He will jump for any other people. And we have a sad news announced last night. Gilles Lupien, ex-NHL player and sport agent, passed away at 67 years old. He had a cancer. He was not only a good hockey player, but he was also a great sport agent and in NHL. We just want to RIP. Everybody call him like Loupy as a Lupien. So, So I just want to mention that news for the Montreal Canadiens. Sad news again. We lost so many people for the last 12 months in NHL. Great people, great people. So that's what happening in that news over there. It's something happening right now in the NHL. They start last week a couple with Toronto Maple Leafs. They hire from Team Canada women team Danielle Goyette and also Wickenheiser. The Toronto Maple Leafs hired them as a director of hockey, sport operation, whatever it is. But today, the New Jersey Devils announced today they hire Megan Dugan has been hired for the newly created role of the manager of player development inside of the hockey operation department. That's the third one of the weeks. That surprised me a little bit. Happened there. Sander Brisma, welcome aboard. You deserve that. Long time ago, I saw you showing up a couple of times, but welcome back. Hopefully you have a great Wednesday ready to rock and roll the game tonight. So that's an eye-ring talking about signature. And this slipped between my fingers yesterday. I'm the first one to apologize because I'm really good on the update, and I don't know why. I did not see anybody, and Michael Devellano never told me. Pretty great, Sander. Hopefully you're doing well too. Michael Devellano did not bring this to me, this attention about what I'm going to announce. Anybody knows what happened with the Detroit Red Wings yesterday? Here we go. Jeff Blashill signed to a contract extension announced by the manager, Steve Yzerman. That's amazing me. But they let it go. Dan Bilsma, the assistant coach for new opportunity in 2021, 2022. But Jeff Blasman is going to start his 10 years with the Detroit Red Wings, one the third longest coach behind the bench in the NHL. But again, I'll be honest with you, I only realized this morning between Twitter, but usually I'm good on those. And Michael Devellano never mentioned anything to me. Usually he sent me a text to tell me, hey, coach, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see this? And I don't know anybody bring this attention last night and during the live stream. And I found this morning. So I'm just sharing with this. What do you think about Jeff Blashill? That's a subject we can talk about a little bit about the Detroit Red Wings. That's not a problem. I'm pretty good. What about you, Sandra? What can you remind me? I like to know where are you coming from? Where are you located? Yalmo is in Finland. We have Guy from Australia last night. We have people from Canada. We have, of course, Michael Rosenblatt. By the way, you have a trout tonight, Michael? Did Price play in Laval? How it was that? That's a great comment here because Yamo are listening Mac Denis yesterday in Montreal and Wisconsin. This may be a slightly weird question, but do you own a leather coat, Coach? Yes, I do. When I coach, do you remember? And I'm sorry, Yamo, I will be right back to you because it's funny. It's a funny question. First, a little bit long time ago, I wear one a full year. But do you remember the high school jacket like here and leather, and then the one or they have two kind of material. The cheerleaders or the football players use those kind of jacket. I don't know if you and I try to I see on my head, but I cannot in English to do that kind of transition where the material is different to that. In the middle, the sleeve are another material, and then this is leather. I use that kind of leather. Yeah, I do that when I was in coaching in Colorado in Montreal. Here we go, Sander. You got it? You're the man. Oh, not that one, but that one. Yamo, back to you. He gave two goals in the first 5 shots. One, it was okay. Another one, it was a bad communication between defensemen and everything like that. You cannot do anything about that one. But they enjoy after that. He stayed until the middle of the ice, until the middle of the game. He did pretty good overall. It was just to retrieve his point, just to be back in the game. I think I would be good. I think one it was funny to watch. It was Brendan Gallagher. It was so funny to watch him here. I said, why, Coach? He played the game like he was the NHL Stanley Cup. He was everywhere. Hit everybody. It was the same Gallagher you see in NHL. It was on the AHL yesterday. I was just laughing to see him that way. But again, Price need that to come back for Thursday night. And Mac Denis said overall he did pretty good. Not a big night, but it was nice when they switched the goaltending. The way he talked a little bit at Primo, every time that you can see he bring a little bit his experience and his kind of leadership to him, and you can see the stick he hit and the blocker hit the glove of Primo. It was very nice to see that. You can see Price experience talking to him. So overall, it's okay. Nothing like excited. Gallagher did not score, but Laval lost. I think again. But Laval finished first in that division. But we'll see. What is really interesting about Laval Rocket, if you're really a fan of Montreal Canadiens, Joel Bouchard have no contract for next year. So that would be really, really interesting about what happening with Joel Bouchard. He bring that team to the next level for the last 2 years. They win this year. They have a solid team. Can he be courtesy by other team at NHL? He's free right now. And what Montreal is going to offer him. Another job as the director general of the Laval Rocket, plus his job as a head coach. It's a story we have to follow up for sure about that one over there. Any question, Sander, behind that question? You have any purpose or something you want to talk about that? So just mention this to me. So that's what's happening right now. I love when you ask a question about this. Here's what happened. I want to mention to you, right, because I think it's really interesting. Do you see when I do let me check something. Coach, you go everywhere. Because I want to show you something you can understand my point about that one over there. I don't know if I have that kind of this stuff. I'm going to shift it somewhere else. Not that one. Let me check. I should be more. It's not more ready. I'm looking for probability of a playoff. Here we go. You can see right now on the right side here, the 62.2% probability series 37.8. So the chance Vegas win that series is pretty much good. But what are you talking, coach? But I want to bring you to another place to show to you what this is. I want to talk about is this part over there. So in the history since 2010, look the probability, the most over 75% chance to win the series versus 25. You can see at the bottom 2016, you have Washington Sharks versus Flyers Predators, Canucks versus Kings, and Penguins again, Ottawa Senator. So when you try to talk to you, coach, I want to bring this three things. It's not because of Montreal Canadiens, but the probability since 2010, you have only those number over 75%. But you have only three teams beat the team with more at 75%. And 2010, the Washington Capitals lost against Montreal Canadiens in 7. And Montreal have only 23%. Then you have to go all the way at 14. The Montreal Canadiens surprised the Boston Bruins with 21% chance to win. They win again in 7. And then finally in 2017, the St. Louis Blues, when they won the Stanley Cup, beat the Minnesota Wild with 21% everything. So what I want to explain to you, whatever you are underdog, you don't win a lot of series as an underdog when the opponent team is 75% more in the playoff. That was surprised me. I thought you have more teams going to win more games. So that's what I want to share with you this morning. I don't know what you think about that, but because Montreal Canadiens played Winnipeg, the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow night, I'm going to give you all information about that game tomorrow. Today is about Edmonton and Winnipeg Jet. That's the beginning of the North Division right there. You can see, first let's jump in the result of yesterday. We know Vancouver and Calgary have one more game to go today, but that's the end of the season. But the Pittsburgh beat the New York Islanders 2-1 yesterday. Very solid game. Jerry have a good game. I think Michael Rosenblatt talked about him yesterday during the live stream. We know already Tampa went 3-1. The lead now 2-0. We know Islanders, Pittsburgh, the tie series. You should be, if you are an Islanders fan, should be proud of your team. I think they can compete against Pittsburgh. They can maybe beat them at 7, I believe. The last game, Vegas come back 3-1. Good performance, Fleury yesterday. And I wish Michael Devellano is here this morning. And I want to bring you, and Yamo is here, Sander is here, but I want you to understand something. Do you know, people asking me why Cole Caulfield does not play? And I want to bring you to Kaprizov right now. How many goals Kaprizov has in 2 games for Minnesota? How many shots he has in 2 games against Minnesota, against Vegas? How do you see he's played the first 2 games against Vegas? My point to you is this. When you are a rookie, and we play then after that in the playoff, the games change. The physicality increase. The space on the ice is less. You cannot skate at the speed you usually do during the season. The penalties are not all called. It's dirty. That's sometimes the rookie have a difficult time to carry on the season game to the playoff game. I don't say Kaprizov is not going to score. I don't say Kaprizov is play bad. My point behind that situation with Kaprizov, it's when you have a rookie go from season back in the playoff, you need to learn. It takes time. That's the playoff. Yep. Yeah, Mo. But my point is this one. So my point to you is that maybe that's what the Montreal is doing right now. They bring Eric Stahl, Corey Perry, the old player, the veteran players in the lineup because they know how happening. That's why they're going to hiding right now, Ramanov and Cole Caulfield. Now, we know KK is not supposed to be there, but that's why they do that. And that's what I think you can see. I use Kaprizov as an example. It's not for everybody, but I just want to show you why the reason why Cole Caulfield, that's not the first game. They will show maybe play Cole Caulfield game 2 and 3 or 4. But I just give you, they try to, you have as a fan to understand, you take time to learn. That's why I'm excited for Panthers. I know Michael is a big fan of Florida Panthers. I know people in the fans group, Facebook group, Panthers, they trash players, they talk negative, and they are now upset about Tampa Bay, everything like that. But be happy about what the backup, the Huberto, the Wegar, the Drager, the Tippett, Vadrano, maybe not Wember, but those guys never been in the playoff, learning right now to grow, to get better, and to be more ready for next year. I understand it's frustrating. You understand what they've been, what they was the beginning of the year, and how they finished. They make that team that year unbelievable, and you expect this team beat the Tampa. Listen, it's hard. I'll be honest with you, I will maybe not go to 3. I may be 2. That's something like that. I think Jake Allen is another option there. So the leash of the players is not going to be long. But we'll be interesting what happened for the carry on. That's what I'm excited about, Toronto-Montreal. Carry on that series from game 1 to game 2 to game 3. You know, Galchenyuk is out of the lineup for Toronto. They bring Nash inside the lineup, right? And Jack Campbell start the first game. Can Carey Price carry on the team? Can we see Frederick Anderson? How the Ramis Sanders is going to act during the first game? And you know what I mean? Jake Evans. It's a lot of different things happening at the first game, second game. And, you know, like I ask you, Michael, I ask you, Tim is not here, but who do you bring the third game goaltending? Do you bring Chris Trigger? What kind of message are you going to leave to Sergei Bobrovsky if you sit him again for the second time back to back? Trigger leave next year. Bobrovsky stay next year. What kind of friction you going to make to Sergei if you bring back then Chris Trigger? This is a thing we don't think as the fans. As a coach, that's why you think some stuff like that. You have to go relationship, communication, the relationship between players. That's why Yamo, absolutely agree with you about that. That's what I'm thinking too. So I just want to share that with you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed those show. It's not about me, but I try to bring my knowledge the best I can, sharing other options, different ideas, maybe some you don't think behind everything. So hopefully you like it. So you like it, please don't hesitate to click on the like button right there. I have a couple of more things about that. I don't know what is this one. I just want to remind you, tonight, live stream, 6:30, the Washington Capitals and the Boston Bruins, game number 3. We're going to be live stream. Just want to show it to you, this one over there. What's next, Coach? Let's go move on here. And the next one here. The Toronto Maple Leafs signed Eric Karlgren from the Stockholm, Sweden team. This is the news happening, guys, about 30 minutes before I came in. So I took the picture out. I bring to you. Usually I make comments. I bring what he did before that. I don't know if one of you know Yamo knows about him. Yep, I agree with you, Michael. Great comments about that one over there for sure. So I think for the Toronto side, Karlgren, I can look for you guys a couple of, if you give me about like 1 minute, I can check about him somehow, somewhere. I don't know if they will give it to me here. I'm not on the Elite site. Karlgren. No, don't give it to me here. I tried to see where he played last season. To give you an idea with his stat about Kyle Green from Sweden. Yamo, I don't know if you know him. Like I said, I just got that news at the last minute. And elite prospect don't give anything to me, you know. Funny, I don't get it. Anyway, so I just want to share with you, where is everyone? I don't know. NHL work this morning for sure. Michael Devellano have a meeting today. I see, Yamo. Thanks for letting me know. So I don't know. We have a few people. We have about 7. I don't know. Some are quiet, but that's where we at right now. To be honest with you, Michael. One more thing here is I love this picture. As me living in Aspen, Colorado, I feel like this is a maroon bell in the back. But I love this picture. Who's going to win the North Division? So that's my question to you guys. Who is going to win out of the North Division? Not the first round, not this, but I want you to see about that, thinking about that one over there. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the Edmonton Oilers and the Winnipeg Jet. You can see the Oilers completely destroyed the Jet this year, 7-2-0, 34-22. You know, that showed to me Oilers right now is going to be them in 5-6, I believe. But I will give you a little bit more information right here, where McDavid have 105.56 game. We have also we have Michael Devellano jumping here. Let me check something here. Michael, wait 2 minutes. Anyway, I just want to show to you and give you an idea how this works. But I'm sorry, that's the stat about that one over there. We're going to bring aboard Michael Devellano. He's coming soon. He's aboard. He's in. We welcome the only one, the co-host, Michael Devellano. Are you in, buddy? We cannot hear you.
What'd you think of the games last night?
Oh, Michael is showing up right there. First question. What do you think about the game last night? We have a couple of people right there here talking about that one for sure. Let me see. He just said, Michael.
Can you not hear me?
Michael, you don't see this? Yeah. Here we go.
Where is everyone? I don't know. Where is everyone?
Well, we have a couple. We have Yamo. We got Michael. We got Sandler this morning. NHL work this morning. So I tried to see what happening. But what do you think about the game? We just talked about the Panthers, but let's dump in a little bit more. What do you think overall?
Well, you know, Tampa, I think, has got kind of a stranglehold on this thing. So, you know, I think this game tonight's super important. If Sam Bennett can come back and have an impact, they got to pull it out tonight. I don't know who they go back with in net. It's kind of confusing now. You know, they lost. Do they go back to Bobrovsky? You can't pin this on the goalie, right?
It's funny you talk about this because we just mentioned that, but we know we jumped a couple of things. We talk about Sventing, and then I asked this question to them. I asked Michael and Yamo, and then I explained to them a little bit behind the scene, Michael. Like, we know Drager is leaving after that, right? He's not coming back.
He's not.
Do you believe it will make a bad relationship or a bad taste in the mouth of Bobrovsky if he's not back in the game number 3, not only for tomorrow night, but also for the long term, because he's your goaltender number 1 for the next 4 or 5 years, and then Drager's leaving after that, and that will have he's going to have maybe a consequence for the future, the relationship between Bobrovsky, CANVA, and the Florida Panthers.
I mean, it is a concern. I don't know if you can make the decision based on that. Like, that's the highest level in the world. Like, do you care more about winning Now, do you have a terrible chance with Bobrovsky? You shouldn't. The guy's getting $10 million and he's like a Vezina Trophy winning goalie. So I think, I'm not sure. Obviously, Drager played well. He had a 929 save percentage. You've got to make a choice long term too. I mean, I think there is the short term and the long term. I think you go with your gut and you put whoever you think's in. And if it's a toss up, I don't see a reason not to go back to Bobrovsky. I don't think he lost you anything. And it's not like Drager won them a game last night. Then you decide, like, what do I do with this contract going forward?
Which one?
Well, I think you've got to make a decision on Bobrovsky long term. You could, I don't know if a buyout makes a lot of sense. Do you cut a deal to get rid of him? Or you say, listen, he's great. I'm going to ride the contract out. They got to make a decision now.
Right now, Michael, we have a problem in the live stream. Because now we have a Sweden guy with a Finland guy. So you have, Michael, you have to learn that. You have to tell Stefan, moi. Because moi is high in Finland.
Oh.
By the way, Michael, you missed a really good live stream last night.
Did I?
Almost 200 people, viewers, 19, 17 people. We have a new guy from Australia. Wow. Guy was aboard. Here we go. Look, I'm not lying here, but look what I learned. Look what he almost said.
Moi, hi.
Here we go. See, we're learning another language. By the way, we have a new guy over there. We have 4 people from Quebec in the chat last night. Frank, Nat, Xavier, VF. They invite me to join their live stream, I think tomorrow night. So it'll be interesting to jump on them. It was a great night. We jumped at 135 subscribers last night, Michael.
Great.
So we got 10 people the last 2 days.
That's good news.
Great night over there. Was great to see that. But again, finish the point with Bobrovsky. I believe he should be back in the. If he was a bad game at the first game, I would say I don't think so. He did a bad the first game, and I don't think so. Trigger, he still the game last night. It would be another subject if he win Drager last night.
It's effectively a 2-1 game, right? They get the empty net goal. So he did keep it close, and maybe CANVA goes, listen, this is the most competitive, but I don't think you lose anything with Bobrovsky. And if you think that you're going to go back to Drager, then you better be prepared to deal with Bobrovsky's contract somehow.
Are you going to keep doing video stream during the SAHOF season?
What is that?
So you're talking about next year, Michael? What is the South Florida League?
Oh, got it.
Yeah. I'm not going to stop to do anything. Don't forget the old goal by Strandman.
The own goal?
Yep, we're going to be live. Now, I may be missing one or a couple of games overall, but I think we're going to be pretty much over live stream. Video will be all the time here. Usually the show at 11 o'clock is only Monday to Friday. That's not affect my situation. The weekend during the playoff, we extra 2 hours the weekend, but overall, I think it will be good. So don't forget, everybody, also to click on the comments, likes below videos so that increase our rating. So thanks again for everybody to do that. Game number 1 or versus 2. What do you think about Pittsburgh Islanders, Michael?
Man, it's tied 1-1. I think Islanders accomplished what they wanted, which is they split the series in Pittsburgh, and now they're going to go home and try to win 2 in a row. And I think this series is going to be super tight. I don't know where it's going to go. I have to give the edge a little bit to Pittsburgh, but not much. I mean, this is what we see from Trotz. Did Malkin play last night?
So again?
I don't think Malkin played again last night.
No, he did not play last night.
So, I mean, without Malkin, Pittsburgh is vulnerable, I think. I mean, I think they're their big gun is having him in the lineup. And historically, without him, they're not going to win the playoffs that much. Tristan Jarry played real well last night. So I think this is going to be a battle, like a chess match. And I think that, credit to Pittsburgh that they're able to stay in that type of a game and not just play, because they're like the top offensive team in the league. So I think that this is just this might go 6-7 games, Pierre.
Yeah. What do you think about his comment there? Do you believe it's a big impact? I know it's fun to see. Pittsburgh yesterday was great atmosphere. You have an atmosphere in Panthers with 9,000. Yeah, Michael, it was 2-1, about 5-6 minutes at the end of the third period. The people stand up, cheer with the towel. It was just great to see this in South Florida. I never see that. Do you think that's, we're going to have an impact at the end of the day?
Not much. I mean, I think Tampa.
For me, not much if he has like a 17,000, 18,000 people and go game number 5, 7, whatever it is. But I think, but it's fun to see that. I don't see this, Michael, as a waste time, like you said. It's just like, for me, I see that's the way I like that. It's a good comment here. The Phantom fight hard for home highs and waste it. Me, I was said to know, Michael, no, they not waste it. They learn and they can be proud. They finished second and they was in front of the Tampa Bay at the end of the standing. You try to find the positivity of what they did, and they can prove there was a better team at the end of the day overall during the 56 game.
Tampa got into the playoffs without Kucherov and Stamkos. Now they have Kucherov and Stamkos. So whether that was planned or not, it doesn't matter. The reality is they are better with Kucherov and Stamkos. Those are two elite top 10 players in the world. So it doesn't really matter where you finish during the regular season. Nobody cares.
At the end of the day, Michael, will be another things. Panthers show to them right now they can play against them.
Sure. There's also gap. I mean, who's there? Yes, they have Barkov and Huberdeau. But, if you look at the weapons on Tampa, they're the Stanley Cup champions for a reason. They don't have Ekblad. They didn't have Sam Bennett. Those pieces make a difference.
Absolutely right about that one there. They have to be proud of that part. But by the way, do you know your friend signed a contract yesterday?
Which one?
I know you did not know that because I just picked it up this morning.
Blashill?
What?
Blashill? Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, I think Stevie Yzerman has assessed him, and I can't disagree with it. We acknowledged it. They improved defensively. The goaltending had an impact. They improved a little bit offensively, and they integrated young guys, and that's what we wanted. And they improved on their record significantly.
Steve Yzerman likes him a lot.
I can understand why. I mean, he's 47. He's been with the team for 6 years. He has a good relationship with the players. He prepares well.
He grew Grand Rapids too.
For sure. I mean, he was mentored under a very good coach, which is Mike Babcock. No matter what you think of him, Mike Babcock is an elite coach, and he's the one that picked him out of his college job. I long term, I don't know. He would have to have a significant improvement next year. They would have to be 500 or better for me to care. If not,
I don't sure they are 500 yet next year, but I think that would be close to get that part. It depends the division. You know what I mean? Like, Sven Factor can bring over that, but they have to improve for sure. That would be something. They let it go by the way. Then Bisma as an assistant coach, so he move on with that part of there.
He wants to be a head coach.
Yeah. Yalmo said a good comment here. I don't know if you see the Jeff Carter nice goal yesterday.
He's playing great.
You know what I mean? Like, he's really, like, the last 2 weeks, Carter scored 7 goals, I believe, 6, 7 goals with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
A great pick it up at the last minute for the Pittsburgh versus Montreal did with Eric Stahl. You know what I mean? Like, you have to give credit on that one over there. Finally, last game of the night, and what do you think about Vegas versus Minnesota?
A little disappointed. Fleury played amazing. Um, you know, Vegas popped through, and they're a resilient group, and they play that playoff style game. And Minnesota's trying to play that game, but that's not normally how they've had success. And I don't know if they're going to be able to, get the offense that they're used to. Great game by Fleury. They outshot them. They were quicker than Vegas, but Vegas is very resilient. I didn't like the goals. The last goal against Cam Talbot, the game-winning goal was not great. I think I don't know what you do. I mean, that's your guy, right? So it was definitely, to me, won by the goalie.
Yeah. Are you concerned if Pacioretty is not playing?
Doesn't seem to matter. Like, if you watched last night, Chandler Stevenson was really good. Keegan Kolesar was really good.
Yeah, but now you talk about your best scorer in the team.
But if you watch the impact those guys have in the game, they're not a fancy team. He's a junk goal guy, right? So I think if you look at
they can win without Pacioretty?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think he's going to miss him against Colorado.
I don't think so. Oh, well, we're talking Minnesota or Colorado?
No, but I'm talking about, are you concerned about missing Pacioretty? That's my point. I'm not talking about
like this series. I don't care.
Are you concerned about Kaprizov?
Well, I think this is, you saw him last night. He got frustrated and got a tripping penalty. And I think it's a different style of game than he's been used to. But it's not like he's being blown out of the water or anything. He's a young guy, and he's going to figure it out. And his talent's still showing. I think he'll eventually score, and he's going to adjust quickly. I'm not too worried based on what I saw last night.
Before you jump on the show, I was talking about you because I said, you see now Kaprizov does not show what he looked like during the season, because I was trying to bring the point about Cole Caulfield. Every rookie jump in the playoff have a period adaptation to understand it's more physical, it's more dirty. The gap control is tied up. You have less space over there. And I said, not say he's not going to score. He will take him a little bit longer to adapt his game versus what they have in front of him, where during the game, during the season, he's maybe not checked or, pay attention more during the season versus what's going on there. They don't give him a chance to skate at the level he skates during the season. And you can see yesterday, only 2 shots on the net. He's less visible what he was before. He's more checked. He's more someone on him all the time versus before. And that's what I said. That's what Cole Caulfield right now is going to. He's not going to start. They would protect him a little bit to see what happened. It's happened to a lot of rookies. It's not the same season. It's different, the playoff. They need to learn the adaptation before they adjust themselves with the game.
Yeah, I mean, I was not worried about what I saw from him last night. He's still getting opportunity. And in the physical stuff, like, he played with an edge last night. And when the D pinched up, he came back and played D. Like, he's a good 200-foot player.
He's a great hockey player for sure.
Yeah, like, overall, like, you're not hurt. It's not like he's a black hole on his side of the ice. Like, he contributes defensively.
Oh, no. I just my point to you is, like, like the 28 goal he scored, whatever it is, right?
But I'm saying Kaprizov looked good. So I'm not worried about him at all.
Well, I think right now they need to find the way to score more at 1 goal per game, right?
For sure.
You know what I mean?
But, again, last night, Fleury was outshot 35-28, and he stole the game.
Yeah. Fleury is unbelievable right now. He's like,
played very well.
And
they only had 1 power play, Pierre.
Yeah. And they are 60-40 in the face-off yesterday.
Yeah.
The details of the game to step up. Danny Everson mentioned about they have to be careful about better protection in front of the net. They have to be sure they don't give a chance, everything like that. So overall, I think it's a good series, everything like that. We're going to finish the show. It's almost 12 and another great busy day. But I want to mention about tonight. We have 5 games, but no, that's the last game of the season, 2021 in NHL. We can skip that one, Vancouver, Calgary. But I want to mention our next 4 games, just quickly, briefly, talk about each one of them. We start a live stream. We're going to be live tonight at 6:30 for the game. But what do you think about the game between the Washington and the Boston Bruins, where it's a series 1-1? Washington won the first game and OT. The second game now was Boston Bruins with Brett Marchand at 39 seconds score the OT goal. What are your expectations? What do you feel about that game tonight?
Who's in net?
For who?
If Anderson's in net, I mean, I realize he faced 48 shots. I didn't think he looked great, and I think that was a difference in the last game.
And
So
now I don't know he's going to be in the net, but when I
not
know everybody are on the ice this morning at 10 o'clock. So Heller, Samsonov, Kusenov was there on the ice.
yeah. So let's see. They're saying unconfirmed Craig Anderson versus Rask.
You're not going to
Washington,
be confirmed before 2 o'clock, I believe.
Okay.
As
So we'll
usually
have
happening.
to wait and see, because for me, if Anderson's back in, I got to give the edge to Boston. I don't see him in a prolonged series winning this series. Washington is the better team on paper, and in the games, I feel like they've outplayed Boston. But that you could see his left to right, standing up, watching guys go around him on the 2 goals. It's ridiculous. Boston's smart. They're going to move the puck laterally. They got lots of weapons. If they go to Samsonov and he's relatively healthy, then I give the edge to Washington.
Okay. By the way, I didn't mention this, but today, Huzi Hokinen, brother of Oli Hokinen, retired today, Michael.
UC Jokinen?
Huzi, yep.
Are they brothers? I don't think they're related, are they?
I thought they were. No?
No. No, there's no relationship. UC Jokinen has a brother named Yuho.
I
Yeah,
thought he
they're not
was
related.
brother.
No, there's no relationship.
He's always with him here.
The Finn guys?
What?
Yeah, they're both Finnish, but that's the extent of it. Yeah, UC and Ollie are not related.
I agree. How long can Anderson play high level? He keep playing. That's my concern also. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse.
Here we go. We have another one. Alexis Dubit, welcome aboard. Yeah, so that's a series there. Will be interesting tonight. What are they going to respect? Like who's going to be in the net, everything, who's going to bring that. I think they missed last game. Well, he said, why? He's not great. It's just because the chair changing. Remember last night, Florida, Michael played with 7D and only 3 center.
Weird.
You know what I mean? And they exposed Strandman on the ice. Yandel looked bad, by the way. Oh,
Who?
Keith Yandel.
Oh, yeah. He's terrible 5-on-5.
Oli is from Kuopio and East Finland, and Huzi is from West Coast Kalajoki.
Yeah.
So you're going to find our friend Alexi Michael. He is love, enjoy, ask question, all about prospect draft all the time. And I told him I'm not the expert. And every night at the live stream, he asking me questions, and then people laugh at me because yeah, but Frenchy is not the guy. It's Michael. I said, one day you have to show up the morning. Michael is the morning guy. So he always asks about, he knows a lot. Sometimes I'm not agree with his selection, but he's always questioned everything like that. So I don't know if you can answer him about Yorio.
Are you talking about the Brandon Wheat Kings defenseman? I think that's what he's referring to, because he's eligible for the upcoming draft. I have not seen him play very much. He was at Shattuck St. Mary's.
Yeah.
And at
He
Shattuck,
played USHL, I believe.
yeah,
No?
he was on the Brendan. Well, I don't think he did. He played Brendan. If we're talking the same guy,
Brendan. Yeah. He played Brendan.
Brendan. No. He played with the Brandon Wheat Kings, but he played on the same Shattuck team as Brandon Brisson. And I don't mind him. I think he's kind of like maybe second round pick.
I think I have him there. I think it was on my, I follow the elite prospect stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
And I think he was right there at the 28 to 35, from what I heard.
I think I feel personally he's more like 40 to 60, but maybe. He's a big guy. He's 6'3". He's got a little bit of. He's not like a super offensive defenseman, Pierre. He's got, he's got some okay tools. I feel like his offensive upside is the issue. I just don't. I think he could slide to the third round.
Yeah. I apologize. I think I did. I make my mistake him, and I was thinking about Logan Mailloux. Not Mailloux, but Martineau name. So that's why my mistake there. All right, so let's finish the show with the last game, the 3 game of tonight. So we're jumping out of Boston. The second game, Carolina, Nashville. Michael.
I am going Carolina all the way. I don't even know if Nashville will get a win in this series.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one over there. I don't see anything. Would be interesting. They go back with the rookies. I believe they will put the goalie tender, the Dinkovic in the back in the lineup.
Nope.
You think they go with?
Apparently, they're going with Mrazek.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Possible they go back and forth with both goaltender until someone lose a game. Maybe that's maybe another way they can get there. They have full LT, everything on that. It would be interesting to follow with them with Doug Hamilton's situation extension contract was sign him as a UFA. So I don't see anything other like Carolina is better to Nashville. Maybe one of those 2 games in Nashville they maybe win and 5, but that's pretty much what I can see more for the Nashville. Game number 3, we have to go the big one: Edmonton Oilers and the Winnipeg Jets.
I'm going with Edmonton.
Edmonton. How many games do you expect?
I think it might be a 5 or 6 gamer. I mean, right now I'm not really. The way that Winnipeg ended the season didn't look great.
Yeah, the series between both teams in 9 games, 7-2 Oilers. Michael. Net domination. The only thing I would say they can improve, it can help him a little bit more, is to see what the situation with Nikolai Heller. Honestly, that's maybe the only thing for helping the Jet Winnipeg to respond. The X factor for me for Edmonton, all series will be Mike Smith's situation. That's one thing. I'm concerned.
I think he's gonna be good.
It'll be very interesting about that.
Yeah, I think his puck handling and his size, and he looks like a much younger goalie overall. I mean, he had a good year. I think the shortened season helps him. Yeah. I think he's been good. Zach Dean, to me, a lot of guys have him kind of like late first round.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that.
You think
I don't know. I didn't
a little bit later?
I think worse. I could see him sliding to the second round, Pierre. His production was okay. It's weird for me.
20 point, 23 game, 10-10.
Yeah. I don't know. I would
just give you an idea, Michael. 15, 30, 29, 39, 25, 27, 31, 25, 39, 32.
As what? Who people are ranking him?
Yeah. So he's between the one put him at 15. That's not count for me. But I think he's between 25 to 39, where I believe 35, 33, 34 should be there.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're talking like where he'll go versus where I would pick him, I think he would be at the best late the first round, probably second round for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to. Last game of the night, Michael, we have to go with the Colorado St. Louis Blues.
I think Colorado's going to win it.
Yeah.
I don't see much going on there.
I don't. Did you watch the game?
Yeah. I mean, St. Louis I thought played well, but Colorado's all over them. I
Yeah.
thought Bennington played very well, but
For me, the team was more impressive for me since the beginning of the series is Colorado.
yeah, Colorado, like Makar looked great. They had so many opportunities. Bennington really kept the score lower
Oh,
than it could have been. Like
see the save on
that
the
could have been a
Retanen on the pad,
yeah.
the back door.
And then you
That's,
had the other save with well, that kind of he missed that. That was weird. That was where Makar bounced it off. Rantanen should have probably had that.
but you know what? He didn't miss it.
You don't think so? It was
If
behind
you
him.
see the replay, the pad
Yeah.
of Pennington is flat on the pad on the ice, and then when
Yeah.
Rantanen bring the puck, try to get at the top, Pennington bring the pad up,
Oh,
and he stop it.
oh, got it.
Of
Okay.
course, Rantanen would like maybe bring the puck on the top, sharp shell, right?
Yeah.
But it's an amazing, great save of Bennington on that one over there. I'll be honest with you, it was pretty good.
Bennington played great.
Yeah. Who do you think about that? Because I think Yarmo have a great question there. But on the rest of the players after Tresal and
They're not
McDavid,
bad at all.
who do you believe the one could be the X factor, the one can score, make like support that two players over there?
Like we say this because we want secondary scoring. I don't think Dave Tippett cares. Like he's playing these guys second and third, like first, second, and third line. Everyone else is an accessory. So it's not like they have bad players. Like Nugent Hopkins will get his points. James Neal traditionally steps up in the playoffs, so it'll be interesting to see if he does. I don't have much hope for Yamamoto or Turris or any of those guys. I've liked the way Jesse Puljujärvi's played. I don't know if he'll be like a big impact. In the end, he's going to play the crap out of McDavid and Draisaitl, and it doesn't matter about anybody else. Like, who are you going to match up against them?
But do you have any player you believe he's going to have a good success behind those two games? You know what I mean? Like someone can bring a little bit more. Was said, oh, I did not expect that.
I don't know. I mean, I think in the end, those are the guys who are going to have the impact, and then everybody else is a bit player.
I believe Puljujärvi could be someone can have like like 5-6 goal in the first two rounds, something like that.
Listen, it all depends on where guys are playing.
Yeah.
Are they playing with those two guys or not? Even Ryan Nugent Hopkins, I don't see being impactful. I don't see Kyler Yamamoto being impactful. You're going to get minutes from Cahoon and Jason and all these guys. In the end, the only guy that might impact would be if James Neal wakes up. Like if James Neal decides to score some goals, he's got in the playoffs a history of doing that. But everybody else, it's going to boil down to McDavid and Draisaitl.
Yeah. I agree with you about that one over there. Let's conclude the show again today. What's Wednesday? We bring back everything. I know we have last quick question from Alexis before we go. He said about Zachary Leroux, another product and QM. I think he was not Chicago. Chicoutimi, I don't know. Hold on. Leroux, Zachary Leroux.
He's a 2003 birth year, right?
Yeah.
Is he drafted? Is he Halifax?
And sometimes Leroux, I'm thinking always about Baltic, but it's not Baltic. So
he had pretty good numbers, Pierre, in Halifax. But it was weird. He started with Moncton, so I don't know what the deal was there. I don't know if he got traded. I don't know much about him. I haven't seen him play very much. I know he played for the under-17s.
Yeah, exactly.
He was okay.
Is it Benoit Gros there, the coach?
Benoit Gros? Maybe.
67, right?
I mean, it's hard on that 2003 team because it's Shane Wright and all those guys on that team, right? So he's definitely not in that class of.
Yamo, you be right. I think one golden thing in the North Division can make its front and stall a series is Alibak for me.
Yeah.
It's see how Winnipeg, is it the Winnipeg the last 15 game or is it the Winnipeg the first 35 game? That's what would be my biggest question tonight for you. And they do that. They need absolutely, Michael, the wake up of Pierre-Luc Dubois. You have only 8 goals, Michael, this year.
Yeah, what's crazy is that Columbus absolutely has won that trade.
I don't
So
know.
as
It's
great as
some
he,
very
like,
strange about that. Thank you so much, Yamo. Have a great night, Yamo. Because well, no, yes, right now it's 6 o'clock over there, 7 o'clock. It's not too bad. We saw Steph this morning. We got a couple of more people showing up. Thank you for everybody. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, for another Hockey Nation live show. We wish everybody an amazing, great Wednesday afternoon. Be ready, 6:30 tonight. Another live stream with the Hockey Nation live show. Boston Bruins again, the Washington Capitals. We go with a double header with the Winnipeg Jet and the Edmonton Oilers. I'm really excited about that game. Thanks again, Michael Rosenblatt. Always a pleasure to have you, buddy. And take it easy. Don't worry about your Panthers. They're going to be fine. They're going to be all right. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the watching them. Be happy about them, and they will see them tomorrow again in Tampa for sure. Michael, by the way, your defenseman, they're German. He select the best defenseman Europe under 23 years old.
cool.
What's the first name?
Maurice Sider.
There you go, Morris. I said more. My head was Morgan. It was more. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thanks again, everybody. Have an amazing